How do we start changing that narrative?
I believe you're already doing it. Part of the conversation is what we're talking about. Hopefully it will find a place, but I feel like still we need not coaches. We just need men to just come out and start talking. Because how did Amaris build his platform? He was talking. That means there's a leadership vacuum for young men that they're looking for. And they are finding it in Amaris and what Amaris teaches. In spite of his theories being debunked and being defunct, people still are talking to him. So we need to find out why there's a vacuum and how we can best address it.
Mutemi asks, how do we start changing things? The question is, where do we begin? I'll take a stab at it. First, like all other liberation movements out there, we can't win by appealing to the moral sense of the oppressor. As a certain Shakur told us, nobody in the world, nobody in history has ever gotten their freedom by appealing to the moral sense of the people who are oppressing them. That's not going to happen. It's never worked for anybody. It won't for us. Regarding nonviolence as a strategy for resistance, here's what my fave, Kwame Ture, formerly Stokely Carmichael, had to teach us. He said, quote, Dr. King's policy was that nonviolence would achieve the gains for black people in the United States. His major assumption was that if you are nonviolent, if you suffer, your opponent will see your suffering and will be moved to change his heart. That's very good. He only made one fallacious assumption. In order for nonviolence to work, your opponent must have a conscience. The United States has none. End quote. Women have suffered under the hands of men for centuries. Men have witnessed their mothers suffering at the hands of their fathers. They've witnessed their sisters and female friends suffering at the hands of other men. Yet it does not move them. In fact, they go ahead and visit the same violence on the women in their lives. They are not moved by women's suffering, and as a result, non-violence cannot work with them. What we're doing is engaging in freedom and liberation struggles, like those colonized people everywhere engaged in, and black people in the US, by any means necessary, as Malcolm X taught us. The civil rights movement didn't succeed purely on nonviolence. That's just what we're told. On the ground, they fought back, they shot back, they rioted and looted and went berserk. Women need to figuratively shoot back and go berserk. We go berserk by following the able example of South Korea and wholly divesting from men. Check out these passages from In Defense of Looting by Vicky Osterwell about the civil rights movement. Quote, for many in the civil rights struggle, the contradiction embodied by Rosa Parks, believing in the efficacy of the tactic of nonviolence and the moral righteousness of protecting yourself with guns, was solved rather simply. When white terrorists attacked the home of Hatman Turnbull, a black farmer in Holmes County, Mississippi, he pushed his family out the back door and grabbed the rifle off the wall and started shooting. And his explanation was simply that I was not being non-violent. I was protecting my wife and family. In the face of white supremacist terror, shooting back was not a moral question. It was a necessity. As Professor and Senate member Charles Cobb wrote, willingness to engage in armed self-defense played an important role in the Southern Freedom Movement, for without it, terrorists would have killed far more people in the movement. Rather than the stark distinction polemically laid out by Malcolm X that it was either the ballot or the bullet, Kwame Jeffries writes that for most people in the Black Freedom Movement, the relationship between ballots and bullets was both and. The advocates of nonviolence were, of course, well aware of this dynamic. Charles Cobb writes, for most activists, nonviolence was simply a useful tactic, one that did not preclude self-defense whenever it was considered necessary and possible. Even King acknowledged the legitimacy of self-defense and sometimes blurred the lines between nonviolence and self-defense. It wasn't just MLK. As Lance Hill records, James Lawson, the movement's foremost spokesperson for Gandhian nonviolence, admitted later that there never has been an acceptance of the nonviolent approach in the South, and the idea that blacks had initially accepted nonviolence and then become disillusioned was nonsense. Women and girls have to be willing to do whatever it takes to free ourselves. We're going to free ourselves by any means necessary, even if it means mass extinction. To quote Malcolm X, it will be liberty or it will be death. The only difference about this kind of death, it will be reciprocal. Men have to give up masculinity in all its forms. Give it up. All of it. Yes, All of it, even the allegedly positive healthy variations. Focus on being a decent person, a good person, a safe person, period. Any man who hopes to positively influence men and counter the influence of the podcast bros must realize he is asking men to give up their privilege. That's what you're asking them to do. Not to be kind to women or do some housework. That's not what we're talking about. What you're asking them to do is give up all the privileges that male supremacy has afforded them in this patriarchal society. Now, does that seem like something they'd willingly do? Slave owners never once willingly gave up their slaves. Whatever it took to free slaves then is what it will take to free us now. That's the challenge for both men and women, should we accept it. Let's close with these words from June Jordan. She said, "How many of my brothers and sisters will they kill before I teach myself retaliation? Shall we pick a number? South Africa, for instance, do we agree that more than 10,000 in less than a year, but less than 5,000 slaughtered in more than 6 months will... What is the matter with me? I must become a menace to my enemies. I must become a menace to my enemies.